So guys, today we're gonna take a look on the SU-30SM in some dogfights, trying to master the thrust vectoring with the AOA limiter being off to be able to win any dogfights. The first dogfights that I did here with my friend were really bad. So this is basically a disclaimer, but I'm gonna do a proper video just talking about this subject. That guys, just because you have thrust vectoring, just because you have the AOA limiter off button, doesn't mean that you should leave it on a dogfight, that you should be using every single time, and you should put the aircraft onto the limit of that every single time. So the objective here that I was trying to do at first, to get used to these aircraft, although I did fly in normal battles, I never did too many of these dogfights and stuff to try to see how they perform, right? And what I noticed is that if you overdo it, and the objective of me is that I was trying to overuse it, you know, basically I was trying to use it as much as I could to be able to just launch an R-73 and it would do the job. But look of a problem that I had over here. It made me lose so much energy, and the nose becomes so wobbly at these speeds that you cannot properly aim. And even if you try to like do these first shots like this, for some reason the R-73 just doesn't work properly because of the high AOA, right? So it's kinda a little bit bugged. Can it work? Yes, as you see, it can work, but it's more on the regards of just being basically relying on the enemies to just do some mistake than the R-73 actually working sometimes here. So it can, you know, it can work, but it's very easy to overdo it. If you use too much of the thing, of the AOA limiter off, it would mean that you are going to lose all of your energy, and all the other aircraft will have this advantage right now. See, it will basically just, you're gonna be standing still and he will come up and kill you. And it was something that I was experimenting to see how this would perform. If I could do the 180 shot over here very easily, but see, the R-73 just turns to the left out of nowhere. I think it's because of the drag, the air itself, the inertia, but still it is a little bit kind of bugged a little bit. You're pointing the nose to the target and the missile is flying downwards basically, right, in a perpendicular manner. So it's not really feasible to use this because of that, right? And again, you're gonna lose all of your energy, and what happens is a simple yo-yo like the F-15 did that there, you're basically dead because IRCCM missiles, right? So you really gotta be careful when using this button. If you overdo it, if you overuse this thing, you will be dead. Can it work? Of course, it can work. Like, look at this. It can work. But at the same time, it is very easy to make a mistake and just completely destroy your chances of trying to do something over here. Remember, guys, you gotta think that this is just kind of a tool that you have, but doesn't mean that you need to use it every single time. And you really need to be careful with controlling the airspeed in such an aircraft. So if you're just losing the airspeed all at once and you cannot get the kill, you're dead. So it's kind of a Hail Mary, you know? You're gonna use these when you know you're gonna lose the dogfight and you really need to put your nose to the target to get the kill. But eventually you will stop overusing it and try to basically learn what are the better times to do it. And this is what I began doing eventually over here. You will see that the more I flew with the aircraft with the usage of this aid, I mean, look at this R-73 just going nowhere, right? Although the nose was onto the target, which is crazy. But you will notice that the more I played with the aircraft, the more I decided to test little things here and there that would mean that I would have a better chance. So eventually, you can win basically all the dogfights. You can literally destroy every single aircraft in the game. But you gotta, I mean, this aircraft has a very big learning curve. Why is that? Because it doesn't have a middle ground. It just goes for it. Every single turn that you do, it's way stronger than anything else. I mean, look at this missile. Just completely kaput, right? He tried to go back there, but, I mean, kind of weird, right? So at the end of the day, guys, basically what the aircraft is doing, it's doing too much turn. It's pulling way too much, and it means that you can basically pull more than what you wanted it to be. doing. So here I decided to try to not overuse it. I basically changed my mind up on how to use this system, right, in the thrust vectoring, and you will see how it starts to work better. Of course, in a poor old MiG-29, it is going to work very well, but eventually, of course, I'm going to test with other aircraft as well, and you will see that you have to use the little thing there only, like the AOA limiter off, only when you need that little tiny little bit of more AOA to get a shot on, or when you are trying to make an enemy overshoot. That's kind of the main idea here, and with all the other aircraft you can try to overuse this thing a little bit more, but with the Su-30SM it is basically that, because you have the thrust vectoring. So it's not only like the AOA limiter that you're going to make you turn more, but the canards together with the thrust vectoring, it's just crazy, you know, how much it can actually pull, which means that you can control the aircraft in very low airspeeds and you can get some very cool kills because of that. But at the same time, if you're not careful, you can get killed very easily. So it has a learning curve, a very big learning curve, I might say, for you to master this thing. It really is not the greatest thing ever in the terms of hopping into the aircraft and just being able to do everything that you want. It's an aircraft that is indeed very easy to do very good maneuvers, like I said, but at the same time, it's very easy to overdo some of the maneuvers and you ended up getting killed. So it's kind of problematic at the same time that it's amazing. You just have to have patience and fly the thing. When you are stock especially, you're gonna have to have patience, because eventually you're gonna want to use this system way too much, and that's the problem. Like, look at that kill exactly. Like, I only killed the target because I had the thrust vectoring with the AOA limiter off. But it was dangerous. If I wouldn't kill him, he would kill me. So it's, like I said, it's kind of a Hail Mary. You need to use in situations where it's just, you know, you need a little bit more to get the kill. You know, just a little bit more. It will make you get the kill. And then you use it. It's kind of like that you use. Like you need to think that you are doing something that will completely destroy the flight path that you were going for. And even then, look at this. I'm having a lot of good times over here just trying to fight the F-16. I'm actually being able to fire the missiles pretty well, but the 3 missiles missed. So, like, for example here, it's a Hail Mary. If I didn't kill him there, I would have died, because it would basically stall it out. He would come from above and kill me. So it's, again, it's kind of a Hail Mary. It's there as a tool for you to get that extra little bit of nose authority that you need to get a proper kill. You can use in normal situations, and like this, for example, very easy kill, and, you know, I just used to be a little bit, kind of do a Cobra to get the nose in and fire the missile. So you can use in normal situations, but the normal situations will be used. You need to use it carefully to not overdo it, and you will have a learning curve on it. That's my idea behind this thing. But again, it can beat most aircraft in the game. My friend didn't have the Eurofighter or the Rafale fully spaded to be able to do 100% of a test over here. Once he finishes up, I will do probably another video like this. But yeah, again, like a normal usage would be something like this, right? A little bit of pull to be able to get the proper nose authority to launch the missile. You know, so be careful, guys. Don't overuse this thing, because I was recording for, I don't know, 4 hours testing these AOA limiters, and about 1 hour we did use the Su-30 to see what was the limits, and it is just very difficult to make it work if you are overusing it. You gotta think that it's just one of the tools that you have. It's not the only one. The aircraft itself, just the canards and the pure performance, the aircraft can already turn more than a lot of the aircraft. So you can be careful, but you don't even need to use it at a lot of the targets that you're gonna face, the AOA limited off, to be able to win. Look at this, for example, this is a perfect shot, right? I just line up and fire the missile. Of course, he flared that missile out. I'm trying to get, he did a stall there, he was trying to use the AOA limiters off, and see, like, the missiles are just, you know, kaput basically, and I'm trying to make sure that I kill the target, and this is the ability this thrust vectoring together with the AOA limiter gives you. Basically, it is the AOA limiters that you want, but sometimes it's too much. So you gotta be careful. Okay, guys? But basically, this is it. The SU-30 is an amazing aircraft. It does lack a little bit of thrust, and that's why I think the overusage of the thrust vectoring together with the AOA limiter off is a problem, because the aircraft loses so much energy and it takes time to reaccelerate. So you gotta be careful, okay? But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the SU-30SM with its all its quirks and features, right? And I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye, guys. I see you in the next one, probably tomorrow with the continuation.